It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And for Oklahoma City, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. And you often hear about the on-court intensity of some of the all-time greats, guys like Kobe and Jordan, but they'll tell you that Russell Westbrook has that same edge to his game. Guys, how does that work to his advantage?
He's always had the utmost confidence in himself. It bleeds out of him. You see the confidence. And in any question that you had about his leadership has been answered right now.
I agree with that. And one thing I like about his game is he looks for a way to take over the game from start to finish.
And he's made popular a new statistical category.
Which is?
Triple Russells.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, I like that, Ernie.
Yeah,
you got two of them, right?
I stole it from someone.
But that's okay. It sounds better coming out of your mouth.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
A view of I-40 in Chesapeake Energy Arena, taken from the Skydance Bridge in Oklahoma City. That's our setting tonight. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. We've got a Western Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this Oklahoma City crowd wants some love from their Thunder. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks. So they win one, lose one. Things have been pretty evenly matched so far. One of these teams has to step up.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
Well, certainly it wasn't their best night shooting the basketball. What you have to do is now put it aside and get focused for the next one.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, D.A., a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. And tonight, something we always like to see, two fierce conference rivals going at it. Doris, what's the difference in emotion in a rivalry game such as this?
Well, what you like about something like tonight's game is there's a little bit of distaste, right? When these two teams meet, something important's on the line, and you can feel the intensity.
So Dallas will get the first possession. Nowitzki kicks to Matthews. Back to Nowitzki. Pass to Matthews. He dishes it to Noel. And Noel throws it down.
How about that show of strength from Nerlens Noel? No fear in how he attacks the defense on these shots.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. Dirk is the 4 with Noel manning the middle. And it's Barnes in at the small forward. Anthony can't hit. On defense, Oklahoma City. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And really lucky that they weren't blown out in that game, because I just thought the effort was lacking.
You know, it'd be hard to identify a phase of the game where they were crisp. Not the passing, not the shooting. Defensive rotations were off. You could critique them up and down.
Matthews, no one around him. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
Well, effortlessly connecting on the mid-range jumper thanks to that quick release. Good work by Matthews.
There's the pass to Patterson. Knocks down the 3 ball. Patterson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. They set the pick. Smith with it. Westbrook picks him up. And Matthews kicks to Barnes. And again, Wesley Matthews.
Well, Wes Matthews navigating through contact, connecting on these shots. That's nice.
Pass to Patterson. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Over Smith. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Mavericks.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
Now off the inbound. No good on the shot. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
No doubt. I mean, they played to their strengths, and that's what helped them get this road win. I loved how they played for each other.
George passes to Adams. Inside. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, that's just great work from Paul George to spot the open man. And at his size, he can see right over the defense.
Westbrook against Smith. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Thunder trailing by 5. Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Dishes it to Adams. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Smith dishes to Barnes. Screen by Smith. Off the screen. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they missed, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
Now, here is Smith. He picked up 21 points in their last win against New Orleans.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
That's just great persistence from Nowitzki. Tracks down the offensive board thanks to his outstanding positioning.
Here's Westbrook. And that one hits back iron.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
Now, here is Smith. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
Boy, terrific defense to impact the shot, not giving him any space at all.
I'll tell you what, age ain't nothing but a number when you talk about the impact of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, with his size and shooting touch, he creates so many openings for himself and his teammates offensively.
And stolen by Barnes.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal.
Matthews, with nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Matthews has got 6.
That's a really good play call. Right where Matthews wants it. He's a master of the catch-and-shoot game.
And Nowitzki's turnaround, an unblockable shot when he's hitting. Greg, he's unguardable.
And even though he's lost a little lift in the legs, he's worked hard to kind of quicken his release, and just another tweak for a guy who's made a career of adding layers to his Hall of Fame game.
Now Smith. Over in the corner, Matthews. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists in the game. Thunder trailing by 9. George with the ball. 20 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
There's a screen by Noel. Smith with it. George picks him up. And Smith with the stuff.
I tell you what, he just brings that Mamba mentality, if you will. When he's got a chance to attack the rim, boy, he just goes to another gear.
And the Thunder with the possession here. The Mavericks making the shot. Here's Anthony. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Boy, the defense gets into his head and alters his release when he really doesn't have to.
The jump hook, and he can't bank that one in. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And here's Matthews from the arc. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City. Dirk Nowitzki once again, Doris, giving a hometown discount to the Dallas Mavericks. He goes from $25 million a season to $5 million a year.
All right, Kev, to give the Mavs a chance to attract other players, you've got to admire that.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Patterson. And the Mavericks making a change here. Double team on Westbrook over Smith. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And the trust to Doris and the commitment between Nowitzki and the Mavericks is so great to see.
It is, Kev. As you know, it's so rare to see a player stay their entire career with one organization. So in 2011, they win the championship. What a terrific career for Dirk Nowitzki, and what a run for he and the Mavs.
Here's Westbrook. The Mavericks making the shot. They need this.
The absolute ferocity from Russell Westbrook. The rim. My goodness, how you feeling?
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another unleash chaos moment. Now here is Smith. Passes it to McDermott. There's a good screen. That's a 2 from Matthews. And another basket for Dallas.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Anthony kicks to George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Doug McDermott.
Well, make no mistake, Paul George is a physical guy. He will not shy away from contact on these moves.
And Paul George kind of made it known of his desire to leave for LA after this season, but big risk for the Thunder to make that move and trade for him.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. And for Paul George, who knows what the future holds for him, but Greg, he is a great fit, it would seem, for the Thunder.
Listen, you give the Thunder another star to pair with Westbrook, and they're taking a leap of faith here with George.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nick Collison's checked in for Adams. Jeremy Grant comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook.
Well, I don't think there's any question any longer about Paul George being an elite NBA talent. He's a remarkable shooter, exceptional defender, and most importantly, an incredible leader.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
No good from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Dallas moving the ball around. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And it's George finishing it off.
Now, Kevin, terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
Mavericks leading by 12. Now here's McDermott. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. This one for 3. That one, no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. In the corner, it's Felton. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Felton has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Felton against Smith. Screen by Smith. And here's McDermott. Off with the layup. And Felton is up top, covered by Smith. In the corner, George with it. Shoots over Powell. And it's George again missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Smith the pass to Powell. Smith outside. Stolen by Grant. Powell with the steal. Stolen by Grant. Here's Roberson. And the dunk by Roberson.
Listen, if you're open, Felton will find you. He has just such a great feel for the game.
Mavericks leading by 7. Outside Matthews. He feeds it to Smith. Goes up off the pick. And the dunk by Smith.
And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
And the way he went about it, no better way to increase the lead and energizes your teammates.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Ferguson's checked in. And Dallas with a change here too. Moreira's checked in. Throw good, Smith.
Boy, when you consider the last 2 decades of winning in the Dirk Nowitzki era that was capped off with the 2011 championship, one where they were the underdog, it really was an incredible run of success.
And here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. For Oklahoma City, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
That free throw, no good. And for Nowitzki, Carlisle, and the veteran Mavericks. A relief to have that ring, but do you think, Doris, they wonder what might have been? Could they have captured more?
Well, they've had tremendous success, and I'm sure every organization, there's things you look back on and wonder. Remember, Dallas let Steve Nash go. He then went on to win multiple MVPs in Phoenix. So what would he and Dirk have been able to accomplish with more time together? We'll never know.
Doris, so much offense is perimeter generated right now. What, if anything, could get us back to running more plays, say, through the post?
Do you think we could reinvent Hakeem Olajuwon or perhaps Patrick Ewing or
I
Bill
wish we
Russell?
could. I wish we could.
Because I know this.
Good point.
Every time I walk by a pickup game on the outside, you see guys sprinting to the three-point line and looking to be Steph Curry.
I know. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Roberson can't hit.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
And the basket by Curry.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the score by Dallas. They set the pick. Collison dishes to Felton. Pass to Ferguson. Collison with a screen on Curry. Here's Ferguson. The Mavericks pull it in.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Off the pick. Nice jump shot. Good. Ferguson's got his first points of the game.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right. The effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Now here's Barea. There's the dish to Curry. Here's Ferguson. And Robertson has it in the corner. It'll count. And so it's Dallas up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been very effective in locking down Russell Westbrook. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second-chance points.
I don't think the defense has been very good, and right now they're letting them pounce all over them and get second-chance opportunities.
Ferguson out there with Felton. Then there's Roberson. Then there's Grant, and it's Collison in at the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in him. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. Here's Barea, the Thunder making the shot. Kicks to Curry. Back to Barea. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Collison's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Roberson.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. Barea's got his second bucket of the night.
That consistency from distance, that's something J.J. Barea has worked on, and you can see the results here.
Ferguson, the pass to Collison. Feeds it to Felton. Shoots over Barea. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Felton.
Just a solid-looking jumper from Ray Felton, cashing in on an easy opportunity. Well, we all know that Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle is considered one of the best in the NBA in terms of his ability to X and O. He is outstanding at maximizing his players' strengths and putting them in positions to succeed.
Thunder have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Robertson can't hit.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
And Carlisle last season selected by general managers as the coach who makes the best in-game adjustments in the league.
Well, think about this. He came in second to Greg Popovich in voting for best coach in the league overall. Everyone understands that in terms of X and O ability, Rick Carlisle is at the very top of the list. You will not find very often a more complete package in that position than Rick Carlisle.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Collison. Patterson comes in for Grant. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Andre Robertson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. Now here's Adams. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee. Patterson setting the pick for Anthony. Bangs home the trifecta. Anthony's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, well, when Melo is locked in, it really doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do short of fouling him that's going to disrupt his rhythm.
Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Back to Barea. Barnes outside. There's a screen by Noel. Shot clock at 5. It's tipped.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Now here's Barea. He's got 8. And that one's good. Barnes.
Wow, look at the way the big man Noel set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
Westbrook dishes to Anthony. Adams with the screen on Barnes. Screen by Adams. Off the screen. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Anthony.
Boy, ran his man right into the pick and got the open look. Basketball 101.
There's a screen by Noel. Barea, the pass to Noel. The 3 from Barnes. Barnes with another miss. Oklahoma City's gone 1-2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Kerr. Patterson. The 3-pointer, no good. Mavericks leading by 9. Here's Barnes. Launches it. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Ferguson. Offensive rebound. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
With his fast jumping ability, Russell Westbrook is a nightmare on the offensive glass. What an insane vertical.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Kerr. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
Westbrook kicks to Patterson. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing, covered by Barnes. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Anthony. 8 points for Russell Westbrook.
I tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
Now here's Barnes. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. It's stolen by Adams. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Well, you got to keep up. That time, Anthony leaving the defense in the rear view.
Westbrook against Barea. To the inside. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
George is checked in for Oklahoma City. Then for the Mavericks, Matthews comes in for Curry, and Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Anthony. It's rebounded by Dallas. They've led by as many as 14 points. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head. And, you know, as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
Well, obviously it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around.
Now here's Matthews. He's got 13. Westbrook against Smith. The 3 from George. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Matthews against George. Here's Barnes. Barnes with another miss.
My goodness, get right in his grill and force him to alter the shot. That's tough defense in the post.
And it's good, 2 points. And it's 6 points for Paul George.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Nowitzki a screen. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Dallas moving it around. Barnes dishes to Nowitzki. Drops it in from 11 feet. Nowitzki's got 6.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Westbrook against Smith. Westbrook, no good. Mavericks leading by 7. Matthews goes in, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Patrick Patterson.
That's a tenacious drive by Wes Matthews, being rewarded for his aggressiveness with a trip to the stripe.
Boy, you look back on the signing, guys, of Wesley Matthews in Dallas. 4 years, $70 million for a player coming off an Achilles tear. This is an injury that has ruined many a career. That was a huge gamble for the Mavericks.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And Matthews coming back from the Achilles tear to start opening night less than 8 months later. Such an accomplishment. Mind over matter.
No, it really is. And still working to get back to the level he showed before the injury. But I love his passion for the game and the thirst for greatness. Don't bet against Mr. Matthews.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, it wasn't that long ago when Wesley Matthews, coming off that injury, signed that $70 million contract.
Free throw line jump shot, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. 10 points for Russell Westbrook.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Smith kicks to Barnes. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. These are the top distributors of the basketball for the last 10 games, as shown on the 2K leaderboard. Dennis Smith, 4th.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
Thunder trailing by 6. Anthony, the pass to Patterson. Back to Anthony, and it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul. Barnes against Anthony. Adams with the screen on Barnes. Here's Anthony.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Matthews dishes to Smith. He kicks it to Nowitzki. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 6. There's a screen by Noel. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. 9 points for Smith.
And Smith doesn't back down from a challenge. Even when he gets bodied, he can stay with the play and convert.
Screen by Adams. 4-3, Westbrook. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Nowitzki's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lobbed up there for Barnes. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Nick Collison's checked in for Adams. Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And, Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Dallas making a switch here. Screen by Grant. There's the pick. Left side, George. Here's Collison, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Doris, back in college, you were named to the All-Big East team. What an honor. You've been a broadcaster for Big East games in college basketball. Any players from that conference who would say, in your opinion, are better pros than they were in college?
Well, I think Josh Hart from Villanova would be a player that I'm curious to see what level of effect he has at the NBA level. He's not a guy who's going to blow you away with his athleticism, but all he did at Villanova was win. He's got 1 national championship to his credit. He was an effective 2-way player in the Big East. Does he translate to the pros? I can't wait to see.
And Doris, multiple years at the college game, too.
Kevin, I think that perception is changing. There was a time where if you were a 4-year college player, you were frowned upon in the NBA. I think because of the age and experience, GMs and coaches are now looking at those guys who spend multiple years in college in a vastly different and much more positive light.
Very interesting thought. He doesn't get the second one. The one thing we saw with the Thunder last postseason, Doris, is that when Russell Westbrook comes off the floor, this team sometimes lost its direction.
Yeah, but now with Paul George in the fold, it makes sense to stagger their minutes. That way they won't have such a dramatic drop-off if Russell Westbrook leaves the floor. Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
Dallas leading by 12. 1:27 left to play here in the second quarter. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Right. I mean, that's solid defense. At the very least, you like seeing them muck it up and make things difficult.
1:24 left to play in the first half. Shot off the pick. They get it again. Powell kicks to Matthews. Stolen by Collison. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Pull-up jumper, and he comes up with the deuce. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And this is a shot Paul George makes consistently, right? When he's in rhythm, he's ready to fire off the bounce.
McDermott kicks to Matthews. Got a piece of it.
Well, that's not easy to box out like that. It's just great footwork, and that gave him just the time he needed.
Robertson can't hit. Dallas has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Here's Powell. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Dwight Powell played all 4 seasons at Stanford for the Cardinal. Still filling out his frame.
He is, and you know, the knock on Powell was that he wasn't tough enough to battle inside at this level. But guy is a worker, basically sleeping in the gym, and with his length and athleticism, he's starting to figure it out.
2 shots.
No good on that one.
What's amazing is in afterthought in the Rajon Rondo trade back in 2014, Dwight Powell has showed himself to be a pretty good player in Dallas. You know, they signed this athletic big man to a long-term contract to keep him around.
Good on the second free throw. And Dwight Powell, the 45th pick in the 2014 draft, and traded Doris 3 times in just the first 2 months of his rookie season.
It had to be a whirlwind, Kev, and in this day and age, does it come as any surprise when he got traded to Dallas, a friend told him about it because the friend had seen it on social media. I wouldn't call it red carpet, but he's arrived nonetheless.
And here are the Mavericks now, following the score by Oklahoma City. There's 14 seconds left here in the second. Out to the right wing. Not enough on that one as it misses. Here's Roberson. And so it's Dallas, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, how would you evaluate your team's performance in the first half?
Well, you know, I like the way we're playing tonight, but, you know, 1 or 2 untimely turnovers, these guys are going to convert quickly, so we have to play an aggressive but precise game.
Rick, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. Wesley Matthews has been having a big night. He had 16 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Well, they're getting high percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They are definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Oklahoma City?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And now the third quarter about to get going. One of the stories here, Wesley Matthews getting it done today.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible. Really good judgment on the offensive end.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Here's George. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Dallas. Barnes at the 3 with Dirk at the 4. Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Noel in at the 5. Here's Smith. Paul George making his last shot. Smith the pass to Barnes. Nowitzki outside. Dallas moving it around. And Matthews with the basket on the assist by Noel. Noel's got his 3rd assist on the night. Thunder trailing by 10. Left side Westbrook. Here's Patterson. Rebound by Smith. Dallas has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. And there's the feed to Barnes. Back to Smith. He dishes it to Noel. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. And now a 12-point Dallas lead.
And that's a bang-bang play by Noel, right? Catch the pass and fire it quickly. Really good job.
Here's Westbrook. Second chance shot. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Well, Doris, you've said this many times. Few players as competitive as Russell Westbrook in the league. He goes full speed from start to finish, and you get the feeling he would play the entire game if his coach let him.
What I love most about Russell Westbrook is how much this guy just loves to compete. And it's that mentality that allows him to take over games, even if things aren't falling his way. It's hard to think of a guy who wants to win more in the league.
First one falls for him.
You love the skill set that Russell Westbrook has worked so hard to develop, guys. He can go with the drive, the jumper, and as an elite defender, boy, when he's locked in, it's trouble for the offense.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Doris, you ended a very successful college career a few years before professional women's basketball was fully established. How much do you wish you could have had a chance to go pro and play in what is now the WNBA?
How about this, Kev? The last 10 minutes of my senior season, the last 10 minutes of my final game, I blow out my knee. Otherwise, I would have gone to either Sweden or Ireland to play professionally. But sure, of course I wish the WNBA was formed. It came 10 years after my graduation in 1987. Oh, what could have been.
Yeah. And Doris is thriving, right? I mean, there is such a following for the WNBA.
Last year's finals may be the most competitive in history. It's really grown leaps and bounds.
So fun to watch. Offensive rebound. George with the ball. Matthews covering. Another shot, and it's finished off inside by Westbrook. Westbrook's got 6 here in this quarter.
Russell Westbrook is as explosive an offensive player as there is in the NBA, and he's got his rhythm now.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And it's Smith missing. Thunder trailing by 6. To the paint, here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Yeah, they ramped up their intensity, forced good things to happen, and now they're right back in it.
Now here's Matthews. 19 points in the game. Noel dishes to Matthews. Here's Smith. And he can't stop the run as he misses. The Thunder have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And it's George missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Barnes. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And we look at Harrison Barnes' game offensively, Doris. Where does he have to improve?
I think one thing is he needs to become more of a heat seeker. Get into their body. Get to the free throw line. With his strength and explosiveness, you'd like to see him shooting more free throws.
That one is off. And you wonder about the future direction of the Mavs. I had heard their European scouts were very keen on a young, unknown prospect back in 2013 by the name of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Wow, what might have been, Kev. Giannis could have been their Kawhi Leonard to build around. Instead, the Mavs traded back in the draft to free up cap space. A definite do-over if such a thing ever existed.
And he's good on the second.
A really solid free throw shooter. The team would like to see Barnes get to that line more often.
The pass to Adams. Patterson, the screen. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Adams.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now Barea, 8 points for him. Nowitzki kicks to Barea. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Patrick Patterson. Now well over a decade in the NBA for the terrific J.J. Barea. Undrafted, as you know, Doris, out of Northeastern.
Yes, but he can say he's an NBA champion. Of course, the majority of his seasons with the Dallas Mavericks, as was that title won back in 2011. Listen, there might be a foot of difference in height between he and partner Dirk Nowitzki, but their games have really meshed well.
That free throw good from Barea.
Well, how about the guy, undrafted, undersized guard out of Puerto Rico? What a career J.J. Barea has made for himself.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. On offense, here are the Thunder. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
Barnes passes to Curry. Dishes to Nowitzki. Dallas moving it around. And Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
Chalk up 2 there. Adams has got 8.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
They regrouped, they worked out some of their frustrations, and now we're seeing them have some fun.
Now here's Noel. Tries a 3. It doesn't go for him. Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Anthony. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game. Westbrook against Barea. Barnes outside. It's stolen by Adams. 3-on-3. Anthony in the corner. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Here's Ferguson. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Good on the three-point shot. And it's a 3-point Thunder lead.
Well, I think you've got to respect the catch-and-shoot game of Russell Westbrook. He is excellent at pulling up.
Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
They set the pick. Jacks up a 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Grant, he's checked in for Patterson. And it's Andre Robertson in for Anthony. The Mavericks also with a sub. Powell's checked in. Now here's Barea. He's got 9. Outside Curry to end the run. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Shot from the wing. They grab their own miss. It's deflected.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
Here's McDermott. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Boy, that was a good kick out for the assist. Finding his open teammate on the outside.
Outside Westbrook. Adams sets the pick for Westbrook. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That's his first foul. Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. Felton comes in for Russell Westbrook. They set the screen. It's tipped. Pass to McDermott. Powell with it. He's against Collison. Outside Curry. Powell with the screen. Curry attacking. And he uses the glass on the layup. Curry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Shakes his man by using exceptional use of the screen. I mean, from there, it's smooth sailing.
Oklahoma City trailing. Ferguson, the pass to Collison. Felton against Barea. Collison with a screen on Barea. Off the pick. A second chance effort. Got a hand on it. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Here's McDermott. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Well, we know that Doug McDermott will run the floor hard in transition, trying to get himself into position to finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
One shot.
And McDermott, no good on that one.
I think I like the skill set of Doug McDermott. He's a phenomenal shooter, and he's got tremendous range. You think about what Coach Billy Donovan has had to deal with in terms of his roster makeup in his tenure in Oklahoma City. You begin with Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka. Then you lose both those guys after your first year. And now you add Paul George. Through it all, Billy has been able to keep this team competitive.
Here's Felton following the basket by Doug McDermott. Here's the screen. Screen by Grant. Felton the pass to Ferguson. Here's Collison, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And for Donovan, he came into a situation where success was expected. Not easy for a college transition coach. But at this point, he has overachieved.
Well, you certainly think that Billy Donovan deserves a ton of credit for the Thunder's success last season. Without Kevin Durant, the team easily could have fallen out of the playoff picture, but this guy helps the team move to a different style on offense and continue to keep the team competitive.
The first one falls. That one is no good.
It's so fascinating to look back on Thunder history because 3 current players who are dominating the league were together on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Harden, Durant, and Westbrook. In retrospect, the talent level on that team was unreal.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Felton with a screen on Barea. Ferguson the pass to Collison. Outside Felton. 6 on the shot clock. Passes it to Collison. Hits from the high post. Collison's got 5 now. And going back to the Thunder teams with the big 3 of Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, endures some bad luck with the Thunder during those seasons.
Well, first and foremost, they ran into a great Miami team in the NBA Finals. Then after Harden left, injuries to both Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook hampered their opportunities. Still, you think back, and if you're an Oklahoma City fan, you can marvel at the collection of talent you once had.
Felton kicks to Collison. Barea against Felton. Collison, it's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Dallas leading by 4. Curry dishes to Powell. He feeds it to Barea. Here's Curry. That one a little long. Oklahoma City's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Ferguson the pass to Grant. Basket good. And now just a 2-point Dallas lead.
Well, this is why Jeremy Grant's size is important. Stretches out beautifully whenever he's close to the rack.
Barea with it. Now Felton defending. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. 11 points in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Grant outside. Pass to Felton. Collison with the screen for Felton. That doesn't go either for Felton.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Nice shot by McDermott.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
Thunder trailing by 6. Here's Ferguson. The dish to Felton. And the pass to Ferguson. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. Felton's got his 3rd assist on the night. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Roberson, no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Curry with the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 5 points in the quarter.
You hope that's a wake-up call for the defense, boys, because you give them that clean a look and it's over.
But they recover it.
Wow, just getting all the luck right now, it seems. Good bounce.
Here's Barea, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. Oklahoma City with the foul.
And this is what you have to love about J.J. Barea. Just absolutely fearless and always plays 100% out. That's nice.
First one falls for him. And the Thunder making a change here. George is checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Matthews comes in for Doug McDermott. And Smith subbed in for Seth Curry. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the Mavericks, one of the more forward-thinking franchises in the NBA. They were among the first, Doris, to embrace analytics.
Well, listen, this is an organization that ownership has a background in technology, so it makes sense for them to grasp onto those analytics. But for me, it's about combining that with the fierce competitiveness and a team hungry to find every edge.
Smith with it. He's got 9. There's a good screen. Kicks to Barea. Shot off the screen. No good that time. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
We got to now start to anchor down defensively right now. Trust each other and trust the loads. It's not just one-on-one defense, it's together.
A little help from your friends. This is what Billy wants. He wants a lot of communication, wants teamwork. And guys, you were talking during that break. You think his team is listening.
You know, you also have to credit the other team. I always say, you know, they get checks on the 1st and 15th also. I mean, the offensive play calling is having an effect, and let's just see how they respond.
And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter, and if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Felton is out there with Paul George. Then there's Nick Collison. Then it's Anthony. And it's Patterson in at the 4 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
You know, most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a 2-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go.
And he sinks the second.
Boy, guys, how about the offseason the Oklahoma City Thunder had? The acquisition of Paul George, one of the elite 2-way players in the game, now playing alongside Russell Westbrook. Look out, everybody.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
Now, here's George over Matthews. George, no good. Smith outside. And the dunk by Smith.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Not only can he make plays for others, he can take it upon himself to finish.
Here's Felton following the score by Dallas. Adams outside. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. From outside, off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And it's Smith penetrating off the screen. Good work defensively by Anthony. Thunder trailing by 11. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Smith kicks to Barnes. Noel, a screen on Felton. Smith dishes to Barnes. He took good advantage of that screen. Barnes has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, just so comfortable coming off that screen. Barnes catches, loads, and fires.
Anthony with it, guarded now by Barnes. Adams sets the pick for Anthony. Over Barnes. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
I'll tell you, his touch has been off all day, and now his judgment is starting to go by the wayside as well. That's a poor shot.
And here's Matthews from the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Russell Westbrook in for Oklahoma City. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And an impressive transition for Patrick Patterson, developing Doris into a stretch 4 in the NBA.
Well, think about it, Kev. This is a guy who only made 24 threes in 3 years at Kentucky. Now in the NBA, he averages over 100 a season.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said, we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Thank you, David. Barnes can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 13. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Fires it up. The kick out to Matthews. Back to Barnes, and Nowitzki has it in the corner. Offline with his 3. The Thunder have gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the fourth quarter underway.
You know, to say Russell Westbrook will give you a nightmare in transition, he'll keep people up at night.
Dallas leading by 11. Now here is Smith. Wesley Matthews on the wing. And Noel kicks to Matthews. Dallas no good that time either. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That'll be his second foul of the game. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Screen by Adams. George with the ball. Picked up by Nowitzki. Here's Patterson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Matthews passes to Smith. Nowitzki sets a screen for Smith to the middle. He gets hauled in by Adams.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Anthony's shot is off.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Wesley Matthews on the wing. And he drops it in from the low post. Matthews has got 21.
Well, we know Wes Matthews is a dynamite scorer, relentless in how he goes right at the defense from any number of angles.
Anthony dishes to George. Back to Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 9 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, boy, it never gets old watching this guy go to work at the offensive end. He's so gifted.
Smith kicks to Barnes. Right wing. Noel passes to Barnes. Dallas moving it around. Just 5 on the clock. And Matthews kicks to Nowitzki. Nowitzki can't get that one to fall.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, they've had less success when they allow the defense to get set. That's why they want to keep pushing the pace.
Now here's Matthews. He got right to the cup using that screen. Matthews has got 4 this quarter.
Gritty effort by Wes Matthews. Just buries himself in the paint and connects on a quality look.
Screen by Adams. Adams with the screen on Barnes. From about 19 feet. And again, Carmelo Anthony.
Well, this is why Carmelo can be so scary when he's coming off the pick and roll. Just so many ways he can hurt you.
Matthews against George. Matthews dishes to Noel. Smith for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. And the Mavericks lead by 12.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Westbrook with it. Now Smith defending. And it's Westbrook missing. Dallas has gotten some tough luck from 3-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Nowitzki, no good.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Mavericks leading by 12. Back to Smith. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Barnes. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And that's 15 points for Harrison Barnes.
That's called working the catch-and-shoot game to perfection. Barnes on balance and on point with his shot mechanics.
Screen by Adams. Double team on Westbrook. Here's Anthony. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Harrison Barnes picks one up. And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
And the first one drops.
You know, it's kind of cool looking back at the career Carmelo Anthony has enjoyed. He helps his college team to their first ever title. He's a 10-time All-Star in the NBA. And the list just keeps on going for Melo. It's awesome.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Curry's checked in. And both free throws good for Anthony. And Doris, everyone's going to want Melo to deliver and win a title, but he's done so much and won at so many different levels, he shouldn't have anything else left to prove.
No, I couldn't agree more, Kev. He's a proven scorer at the NBA level. He's got multiple golds in international play. And Melo just one of 3 guys to score 10,000 points with 2 different teams. Elvin Hayes and Kareem are the only 2 others.
Here's George. Following the score by Dennis Smith. Shoots over Curry. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. George has got 5 points now this quarter. Dallas leading by 12. Smith outside. Noel passes to Smith. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
The first free throw is good. And with Dennis Smith, it isn't just burst of speed, it's his play in the open floor and Greg running end to end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he also just jumps and finishes at the rim like a shooting guard. He's only probably 6'2", 6'3", but he gets up in the air like a wing player. He's a lot like Derrick Rose was when he burst on the scene. And the explosive athletic nature of Smith's game, really exciting. Just a guy at the point with a ton of upside.
Fires for three. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Smith's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Dallas.
Boy, what a quarter for this guy. Just give him the basketball and get out of the way.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Back to Westbrook. Curry against George. George double teamed, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Curry dishes to Noel. Back to Curry. Inside. And it's Noel missing. Thunder trailing by 17. Here's Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook is an elite talent. He knows how to make tough shots. You know, you see Russell Westbrook now, and you just assume he's going to put up a triple-double. I don't think we thought we'd ever see somebody average that for an entire season. But what an incredible accomplishment last year, and turned the NBA upside down with that feat.
Well, free throw off from Westbrook. And Westbrook with an incredible year in the triple-double average. He also broke Oscar Robertson's record for most triple-doubles in a single season. Doris, wonderful ceremony with the two of them on the last day of last season.
What's incredible to me is Westbrook is already fourth on the all-time triple-double list. Think about it. He's in his prime, and he could pass names like the Big O, Magic Johnson, and Jason Kidd. This is truly extraordinary.
Off the pick, and slam dunk by Noel.
Well, this is where Noel is going to be difficult to guard in the pick and roll. Huge target rolling to the rim.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Dennis Smith.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
Thunder trailing by 17. Screen by Adams. Here's Westbrook. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 7th assist in the game. 1:58 left to play here in the fourth. Curry against George. There's a screen by Noel. Curry kicks to Smith. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Just terrific determination. First compiling the lead and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Mavericks.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And a team's depth is always a factor in games like this. And what a tremendous game. Maybe even a bit of a surprise to see the numbers for Dennis Smith.
Boy, I love the priority he placed on his passing tonight. It inspired great player movement, great ball movement. It seemed to me they knew they were going to get an easy bucket on every possession.
Here's Westbrook after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. And Westbrook gets it to go.
I can't imagine the energy expended by Russell Westbrook. Always a threat to score, even when he's getting knocked around.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Smith, the pass to Curry. Adams, some nice D.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Wesley, great night for you. How did it all come together?
My team's doing a great job of getting me open, and our guards are finding me, and I'm just putting the ball in the basket when I can.
You were open and available all night, Wesley. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.